case with Mushfiqur. He's a far better player than an average of 26. He's got the ability to turn the strike over, look for the ones and twos, use his wrist.
Oh, there's a man in the deep. He will not get there. How well timed was it? Now this is the partnership that's turning it on here for Bangladesh. We're at 281 on the board. Well, this partnership will have to get a lot of those. Already put on 68 and virtually run a ball.
Result of the 6 in the previous over. Ashwin not flighting it as much, just thinking that the batsman might come at him.
Also, he's a very small man, Mushfiqur Rahim. I was
still with his second over now.
He'll pick the gap. So the boundary comes as a bit of a relief after a couple of quiet overs.
They'll have to open up against Raidu, because if he's going through 2-3 overs, it's making life easy for India. So this was right in the slot. But they'll have to take more chance. Now this is poor batting, because he's got a boundary off the first ball. And then he's had to play the slog sweep off the last. 4 dot balls is a real waste, but yet he's got 8 off the over. It's 133 for 2.
149, Bangladesh's skipper, and gets a 50 with that straight drive. Wonderful innings. Captain's knock. Mushfiqur has been in great form of late. 14th 50 for Mushfiq, and it's 152 for 2.
You see an opening, you think, we can go there. Like that.
That's a gonzo though. That's a 6. Mushfiqur doesn't miss out on the slog sweep. He's a really good player of that shot.
And for a little fella, he packs a fair amount of punch. Look at that, the timing. Maybe hitting against the spin. Very good shot, quite deliberate. He knew where the fielders were. Nobody there. There's a long arm, there's a deep square leg.
Who's going to come in and take time to settle down? You want a batsman who's going to be a pinch hitter. Excellent shot that. Saw the width on offer and played his bat.
Well, that is exactly why I made that point, because you've got a set article in Mushfiq. So let Mushfiq do the bulge of runs or running or stroking or striking the ball hard, and let's not create a mayhem at the other end. Just keep it nice and tight from the other end and let him take charge.
Well, you can look for the ones and twos. The other hand, if you send a pinch hitter, we've seen pinch hitters come in at number 3. Brilliant timing that, and the placement was even better.
That is what sometimes the extra pace can do. If you're bowling in excess of 140, that is what can happen. The extra pace, look at that. He's used the pace off the pitch of Varunaran. That one was bowled at over 144 kilometers per hour. Opened the face of the bat at the last moment. And it's a boundary as well as a very, very good looking shot. An elegant shot.
Come on to bowl right now. Oh, that's brilliantly done. That's done the distance. With space to spare. What a shot. He's playing a blinder.
And he's been helped by some pretty ordinary bowling from Varunaran. Look at the length that you bowl. Now come on, over the years we all know that this is the length that batsmen are looking for when they're looking to play the big shots, go the aerial route. He's just used the bottom hand to flick it away. It is just contemptuously flicked away over square leg for a 6. Much to the delight of the huge crowd that has turned up here.
It's a bit of a bonanza for Mushfiq. Now that's hit him on the full. He's down for the count and he's writhing in pain. Wow, that's very unfortunate.
Well, it was bowled at speed, almost 140 kilometers per hour. 203 for 3. Have a look at this. It's a full toss. He's lost sight of it. Oh, and way above the waist. Now this is like a beamer. He's been hit on the forearm. He's been hit also in the ribs, and that is the reason why the ruling says that the bowler should be banned from bowling.
That's his second ball over the waistline. I don't know what the rules are, but I think he'll be taken off.
Well, that could well be a blessing in disguise for India if he's taken off, because he's given away 74 runs in 7.5.
Well, and that's his second waist high full toss, so he won't be bowling anymore. Someone will have to complete this over.
That's so unfortunate, because that's the last thing even India wanted, to get Mushfiq on the mat with a ball like this. Yeah, you wanted to get rid of him, but not in this manner.
And you can give me any sort of excuses. At this level, this kind of delivery doesn't slip out of your hand. No, sir, it doesn't slip out of your hand. It is deliberate. That is too high, way too high. It's way above the stumps. I can understand that it is up the stump height. It's way above. And honestly, I think it's not just a question of suspension from bowling for this match. There should be an even heavier penalty.
Not nice at all. He looks just a little bit worried as well, Varun Arun. He's wearing his cap. May not bowl again in this innings, because that was the second ball over the waistline. So thankfully for Bangladesh's cause, Mushfiq is still breathing and living again. He went down immediately after getting hit. The ball grazed the forearm and then hit him hard in the rib cage.
Well, it's the kind of day he's had, Varun Aaron. He's just not been in control. He's had an off day. Well, it's good to see Mushfiq back on his feet. And it's good to see Varun Aaron going back again and apologising. It's not just a apology when he got hit, but even after Mushfiq was on his feet, he went up and apologised. That's good to see. And I've known Varun Aaron. I was in the same IPL team as him. He's a soft-spoken man. He's not someone who's going to go out to cause damage. He's a gentle person. His demeanour generally is very gentle, very peace-loving. So out of character, that.
Good to see Mushfiqur back on his feet. The Bangladesh captain. A little man, but big heart. Lots of gumption, lots of guts. Good to see him back on his feet. And I hope from here on he gets at least...
Oh, at the non-strikers and direct throw. This might just be what the doctor ordered for Mushfiqur Rahim. Was batting on 97. There was only a single in that shot. Overthrows. Try telling that to Mohammad Shami, who's bowled beautifully, but Mushfiqur Rahim will celebrate here. It's been a wonderful innings from the Bangladesh captain.
First at home, second 100 for him, first as a captain, and he becomes the third person from Bangladesh as a captain to score ODI 100. Magnificent innings. What was expected of him? Absolutely brilliant knock from Mushfiqur Rahim.
Almost a runner ball. 5 4s and 2 6s. Outstanding knock from the skipper. Yeah, it's 5 runs. Billy Bowden says Mushfiqur Rahim needs to be at the non-strikers in, but very poor cricket from Bhuvneshwar Kumar. He was at short fine leg. He should.
Now 6 of the over from the first 3. Plays the slog. This is wonderful batting now by Mushfiqur Rahim. They needed to get the runs on. The captain's got a worried look.
This is very good batting. Single at the first ball, a boundary from Zia Rahman, then a single, and then this Terrific batting. It was again in his zone. Mushfiqur Rahim using the crease, the depth of the crease. That was really nice. And then it gets to the good position to whack it away on the onside for an important boundary. 10 runs already in this over.
Now, there's a lot of watching for India. There he goes through mid-wicket again. There's a man there, split both. Long on was not very straight, was pretty wide. There was mid-wicket, but 46% of his shots he hits in that area. He's gone there again.
Somehow managed to find the gaps every time he wants to play that kind of shot. Once again deep in his crease. Look at that shot. That's off the off stump and a terrific hit from the captain.